One of the biggest things they don't tell you is about a swollen black testicle. So I have a bilateral inguinal hernia. Yay! It started about October, probably October last year. I felt like I'd pulled the right side of my groin. I didn't really think anything of it. And I thought, it's just a strain. It felt like a strain, but walking downhill, it would get better. It was a bit niggly. And then it slowly got worse. And then by Christmas, I've now got a lump. And I'm like, okay, I know what that is. So fast forward to a few weeks ago, I've come to the hospital to get it checked. And yes, it's definitely a hernia. It has to be operated on. And to my surprise, after the doctor examined me, he was like, yeah, I need to do both sides. So I've had to come to the hospital today for my pre-assessment. So I gather that might be a blood pressure maybe, weight, height, that sort of stuff. I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, let's see how this hernia business goes. I'll take you through the operation, recovery time, and how I get on with it, really, just so you guys, if you have to have this done, you'll know what it's like. Catch you in a bit. So we are 2 days out from going in for surgery for hernia. Yesterday I had to go in and have another blood test to make sure, I think it's just hospital protocol, to make sure they've got blood, my blood type, and they've got blood in the hospital for me if I was to need it. Today I wake up with a bit of a cold and a bit of a sore throat. Fantastic. So I had a panic about that. I feel perfectly fine, a bit snotty, but fine. So I phoned the hospital to check. I'm like, what is the procedure here? Because I don't want to go in on Thursday and then go to me, no, you can't have it. So I was like, okay. So I phoned them. The guy was like, no, you'll be fine. Obviously, as long as it doesn't get a lot worse. But he goes, you sound fine to me. You should be fine. So let's see, shall we? It is now Tuesday afternoon. Next update will be from hospital.
So yeah, I've made it. I've just come back from the op, been up a little while, sore, but it all went quite well. I've had some food, something to drink. As I say, I'm sore, but the op itself seems to have gone well. I'm just waiting for the doctor to come and speak to me, and hopefully we can be gone in a few hours back home. Start of recovery.
So day one of hernia repair. I'm back home from the hospital now. Really quick. I mean, comparatively, I think in the end I went down to surgery about 10 past 10 in the morning. They wheeled me down. They took me into the room outside the theatre. The anaesthetist was there. Found a vein in my hand for the cannula. Gave me some painkiller first. Then put an oxygen mask on my face, give me some oxygen, and then the an anesthesiologist, the person doing the anesthesia, was like, right, time to say goodnight now. And then it's really funny, as they put it in, because it's cold, you can feel it travelling up your arms. And then I was like, oh, this is taking a while. And then out. That was it. And then the next thing I know, I was definitely dreaming. And then I woke up in recovery. Not too much pain. Sore, obviously. They took me back up to the ward. And straight away, they was in with some obs. I'd ordered some food. They come round and asked me if I wanted some lunch. So I ordered a sandwich and a drink. So I had that, had some food. And I was back up to the ward by 12:30 times. It was quite quick, really. Had food, checked my obs for a half an hour. They were fine. And then once I'd had a wee, I was able to come home. So I was actually got home about 2:45, 10 to 3 p.m. So this afternoon. So it's been really quite quick. And at the moment, I've just been posturing around. Walking is slow, bent over a bit like an old man. It does feel like I've been beaten up, but it's not
too painful at the moment, but that's kind of to be expected because I think the anaesthesia they put in around the injection sites where they do the laparoscopy, put the camera in and do that business, that hasn't wore off yet. So I'm imagining that tomorrow is going to be sorer from what I've seen. And an interesting note for any guys watching this, does say in my notes that it's quite common for your scrotum to turn a purple colour and swell up. So that's something that we will look forward to. Let's see what happens. But no, as of today, day 1 recovery, not too bad. Well, let's see how the rest of the day goes, and we'll check back. So I'll check back in with you tomorrow, and let's see how day 2 goes. But for now, really pleased with how fast it went. I'm really pleased with how fast it was. No complications, and I'm back home to recover. So that's the start, and I'm well pleased about that. But no, let's see what tomorrow brings. Well, it is day 3 post-op. I was going to post yesterday, day 2, but I was quite sore. I'm not going to lie, and I still am sore. Yesterday, it was quite painful. I couldn't really stand up too straight. Sleeping was a bit tricky laying down. I suffer with a bit of sleep apnea when I sleep on my back. Normally I'd sleep on my side. So I tried to lay flat, and it was comfortable enough on my incisions and stuff, but it was really quite sore. And then a couple of times I had a little bit of sleep apnea. Of course, it makes you jump. I was like, oh, no. So I ended up sitting upright in bed, and I slept that way for that night. But yesterday was quite a sore day. I'd done a couple of small walks, but getting up and down from a seated position was really quite sore. So yesterday was a slow day, trying to finally had a bowel movement. TMI, I know, but that was good. But as I say, painkillers. Had a couple of little walks outside, very briefly. One of the biggest things they don't tell you is about a swollen black testicle. That's, well, it was an interesting development, I must say. It's not something that I thought would happen, but yeah, the swollen black testicle is quite sore, and certainly makes you walk a bit funny. But today is day 3. I had a better night's sleep, although I did still have a bit disturbed. But today I can sit up a bit more. I'm a bit more upright today, and I'm definitely a bit more mobile. I've been walking around some more, keep taking the pain meds, but I have been able to do a few bits around the house, go for a little walk, just do a bit of washing up and just small bits. Still very swollen, really quite sore, but it is better. So that's the day 3 update. I'll let you know where I am tomorrow. So, day 5 post-recovery. Post-recovery? Post-op. Let's put it this way. I thought the sun is shining, so why don't we come down the garden and we'll have a little chat about how I'm getting on. Ooh. Okay. Sit myself down. So, lovely. So nice for the sun to be out. Day 5. Yeah, I didn't post yesterday. Thought I'd give it a couple of days in between. So it was Easter. So I had my operation last Thursday. So this is day 5. And actually, there's been quite a lot of improvement in the last couple of days. The swelling has now really gone down quite a lot. The black testicle is not so black, which is good. I'm still bringing up a lot of crap in my chest, so I have to put a cushion in and bend over and cough into it. It's a bit like an old man, but that's all right. I can go and do a walk now down the road. It's not too bad. The incision sites are sore, but they are getting better. I can get myself up and out of bed pretty easily now, and for the last couple of nights I've had a decent amount of sleep, because I need to sleep upright slightly with some pillows behind me. But if I put a pillow underneath your knees just to raise them a bit,
really helps with pulling on your abdomen and seem to have a much more settled night. So that's another bonus. Today's the first day I haven't taken any painkillers as yet. I've just been taking paracetamol and ibuprofen and sort of cycling them. The hospital did give me some codeine, but I only took one of those the first night and I haven't taken them again because I just don't feel like I needed to. Like I say, it's a bit uncomfortable still, which it's going to be. It's only day 5, but I can move about and I can start doing some stuff indoors now. Obviously, got to be really careful about picking weight up because I think you get into this danger zone of you start feeling better and you're like, well, I can do that, and just being careful. I've been told I can't carry anything heavier than a kettle of water for the next 6 weeks until I'm fully repaired and the muscle has regrown and the mesh is knitted together. But as far out as day 5 is concerned, I'm pretty pleased with the progress I've made. I'm going to go for a walk in a minute, just down the road and back up, just to get moving. It's still quite slow walking, but it is easier than it was the first couple of days. Not so much pain, bloating. Hospital rang me today just to see how I am. They're happy with the progress, so that's good. The plasters, like the dressings, can come off in 7 to 10 days. And then I just need to check to see if they look like they still need to put a new one on. I can do, but yeah, I can leave those alone now for the next 7 to 10 days. So yeah, all in all, I'm pleasantly surprised for day 5 to be up and about, moving around and doing some small bits and pieces. Yes, I still need to sit down and have a rest because it gets a bit tiring after a while. It just feels like someone's got your stomach and pulling it from behind you, so you're sort of stooped over. But it is getting better. So yeah, I'll let you know how we're getting on day 7. Have a good day. So yeah, out for a walk. Slow, can't go too fast as it's still quite tight around the abdomen where my incisions are, and you can feel where the muscles are sore and bruised, but it's nice and I'm able to go a bit further now. Excuse me, which is great. And then we'll just keep going and getting better and better. I've got to be careful to make sure I don't actually fall over. That would be great, wouldn't it, really? Not. But it's nice to get out in the sun. It makes such a difference. So today is 4 weeks since my operation. It's gone well quick, and I'm pleased to say it's gone really well. I'm really happy with the progress. It's repaired really quite nicely. I haven't had any issues at all. Well, apart from one, which I'll speak about in a minute. But actual healing, stuff like that, it's just been getting better and better every single week. So that's really good. I'm really pleased about that. My only gripe in all of this, and it's only a minor one, so where your stitches come through, as you start to heal, your body starts to try and get rid of the stitches. Some of them dissolve, but the ends, for me, some of them poke out and they catch constantly on your waistband of whatever you're wearing, shorts. So if it's a little bit tight, it can make it a bit red and sore, and that has been the only problem. You just spend your time pulling your waistbands down to try and alleviate some of that rubbing on the incisions. But apart from that, everything else has been absolutely fantastic. So I say I'm at 4 weeks today. In 2 weeks' time, at the 6-week mark, I'll go back for my follow-up consultation, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be all fine. I just need to be careful not to overdo it because I know what I'm like. And yes, more importantly than all of that stuff, the black testicle is no more. Hallelujah. Because it was quite painful. It was quite sore. So watch out for that one. But no, fully recovered, all back to normal. Hope that's been helpful. If you've got any questions, anything I haven't covered, please drop them down in the comments below and I'll try and answer them for you as best I can. I hope it's been useful. See you later.